Well, I think that we're well on our way to party unity. Number one, I think yesterday, the first night, was absolutely an example of democracy, where you had a number of individuals who came in passionate about the candidate that they had supported and Bernie Sanders. But then you had Senator Booker speaking, and I think he began to calm and cool some of the passions. But after the First Lady spoke, you could just listen to her words and the significance of those words. You could also then look around the room and see and feel the beginning of some unity. And I think that Senator Sanders, when he spoke, he sent a strong message to a number of his followers that we need to move in the right direction and that Hillary Clinton would be the best person to be the next president of the United States. And he talked about what she has represented for all of these years, standing strong, taking care of children and making sure, for example, we had children's health care, working hard as the Senator of New York, of which I can vouch for how hard she worked as our senator in New York. And then tonight, Senator Sanders wanting to be, with Vermont being the last state to sell, so that it became part of the record that Hillary Clinton is the official nominee of the Democratic Party. That also goes towards bringing us together. So I think that as we continue, and by the time we finish on Thursday, you'll see that we're unified, moving closer together. And already, if you look outside of the arena, 90% of those who have supported Senator Sanders say they are going to support Hillary Clinton. So I think we're well on our way on unity, and we're going to be strong in November. When you look at the opportunity the next president will have in selecting the Supreme Court justices, it becomes very important because that selection could affect a generation. It's really important. If you look at the historical context, something significant that African Americans have achieved, for example, with the election of President Obama and where he has brought us from 2008, it reminds me of what took place way back in the 1800s during Reconstruction. You had successful periods where African Americans were making progress, and then you had post-Reconstruction where they tried to, and many African Americans that had been elected were knocked out. During the Civil Rights Movement, when we were moving forward, we had civil rights passed and voting rights. That brought in the era of Barry Goldwater and that whole part of the Republican Party that tried to prevent us from making those gains. So we see the same thing happening here, and that's why it's so important that we make sure that we come out to vote like never before, because this is the most important election until the next election.